Hi everyone, this is Harshit. I'm an actor and my film got released recently. It's called Shubham. Did anyone get to watch it? చూడనోళ్ళు ఎవరున్నారు చిన్న సినిమాలు ఎంకరేజ్ చేయండి. It feels actually a bit weird. I'm not here to play supplies. I'm not here to give my attendance or సార్ 75% అటెండెన్స్ చేయండి సార్ కంటిన్యూషన్ స్కిప్ చేస్తా అది అడగడానికి కూడా రాలేదు. ఐఎమ్ హియర్ టు గివ్ ఎ టెక్ టాక్. అది కొంచెం వియర్డ్ ఉంది బట్ ఐ జస్ట్ షేర్ మై స్టోరీ. I because I don't say it's perfect but it's a proof that without any connections, without any godfathers, without any shortcuts, if you just believe in your instincts, if you manifest a little madness, if you just keep going no matter what, things will happen. How did it all start? How did I start with a phone and went on to cast, be a part of India's biggest film, or Samantha Ruth's first hero? How did that happen? Okay. So it all started in my schooling. During my schooling, I was in third class. I won a dance competition. Then the rule was, if you win in primary school, you have to go perform in front of the whole high school on the Independence Day. So I was standing on the backstage on the Independence Day, and one of my senior, he came and he said, "Curtains open, people will scream. Don't be scared." I was like, "Pray for like matter." Then I was obviously shit scared. I was just before the curtains was, I was standing like this. I was this tall. I was standing like this, and the moment it happened, and the song started playing, Satte, Deshamoda song would start, and then everyone started screaming, the cheering, the hooting. Not because I was someone famous, but this small kid who is in a costume and he is dancing. Then that feeling, I felt like home. I felt like the cheering and all. I felt like back then I didn't know what that feeling was called, but now I know that it is a rush of connection. It is just not about the attention. It was about making people feel joyful. So that's when I realized I loved that. I loved that feeling. I started performing. I started singing. I started dancing. I was always out there. And I used to perform in family functions, not always by choice, but my father used to be a singer. He used to send me first and to warm up the audience, so that by the time he steps up, that the things are already flowing, then he'll have his own concert. Back then I didn't think that much. He was just pushing me. To perform in front of relatives. I didn't know what this was, but now if I go back and think, then I think like it was all training for something bigger. All those performances in school, everything, all those things were actually planting seeds for something, a bigger purpose. So మీరు కూడా ఎప్పుడైనా మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఎక్కడైనా చుట్టాల ముందు డాన్స్ చేయమంటారంటే వేయండి, ఫ్యూచర్లో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అది కూడా బాగా. ఇప్పుడు స్టేజ్ ముందు మాట్లాడాలంటే ఇంత ముందు మాట్లాడాలంటే ఇట్ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ హెల్ప్. So then schooling was done. I entered college, intermediate vachina. There was no stage, no singing, no performing, nothing. But there came a new stage, that is my mobile. I took my mobile, I started doing videos, I started doing TikToks, I started doing dub smashes. చాలా మంది అక్కడి నుంచి నాకు గుర్తుపడతారేమో. Did anyone get to watch my videos? Yes. So I started there. I used to do a lot of videos. I used to share them. I used to send it to all those meme pages to share it. Anna repost, Anna please repost. But none of them used to reply or do something. But one day I did a video and I went to the gym. I came back home and my mom was like, "Chittu, are viral in the video likes usne." Like, mommy, this one video went viral. I don't know for what reason, but it went viral. You never know in social media. Just things go viral. Then then I started doing. People started recognizing. People recognized me. Some in the comments, some on the streets. They started recognizing, and and there were so many collaborators that wanted to work with me because I didn't do the usual kinds of videos, but I used to offer something different. I brought something a creative side of. I used to be a creative creator. Uh, then um, then then I was doing all lip sync videos. I was doing everything. I was doing everything, but something in me was not satisfied. Like, this is not me. Okay, it was someone else's sound. It was someone else's voice. This let's do something original. Let's do some original content. So that's when I said, like, let's switch to YouTube. Okay, if I do it, if I make content with my own voice, will people recognize? Will people appreciate it? I wanted to see that, and I started doing YouTube videos. I I I then I was horrible at first. I couldn't. I was used to the selfie videos and all, but now it's a long format. You have to act in front of camera. My cameraman used to get frustrated. Try TikTok, acting. But then I was a quick learner. I was always open about it. I was open to learn. I was always like learning new things every day. Then then nothing was happening. Then I never knew that okay, people are appreciating, but I never knew the path or the how to make it to films. The I missed the point. Sorry. So while making TikTok videos, I used to get messages from people saying, while watching your content, we used to get instant smile on our face. We used to get our mood used to brighten up by seeing your videos. I thought, why not reach bigger audience? Why not reach more people? Why not touch more lives or make people joyful? So I didn't know what medium to go, and I feel like the biggest medium was cinema. So I was doing YouTube and all, and TikTok and all, and everything was going, but I didn't know the actual path. Then there comes this film called Pelli Chupulu, an outsider film, newcomers, new face, Ochiro, Tiro, and it gave me a hope that okay, maybe we had a chance because the dialogues in the films were written in such a way that it was a day-to-day conversations. Manam maatladukunnattu unta cinema. So maybe manaku kuda oka chance undemo. We had a chance. So then I started working. I started doing YouTube. I was parallelly auditioning for few films. I went to audition for Shekhar Kamala sir. Then one of his ADs said that, Masti, you did amazing. We'll call you. And 1 month later, he calls me and he says that we have this background artist role. Will you do it? I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's see how this experience is. Then I went. Camera was facing that side, and I was sitting here. I was not even in the frame, but I always used to be like a very optimistic person. I always used to say that okay, one day I'll go that side of the camera one day. So then I used to do those. Then things were going and all, but I didn't have that solid platform to showcase my acting skills. Then I saw an audition for Chai Biscuit. Chai Biscuit auditions were happening, and I auditioned. I cracked it, and I felt like it was one of the biggest moments because it was a channel I used to love, and finally I'm standing there creating content with the people that I used to admire. So I joined Chai Biscuit. I was doing videos. My first video hit 1 million views. It felt like 100 crore grosser for me, but still I was doing a lot of things. But somehow I felt like I was not being used to my full potential. I used to approach the makers of Chai Biscuit that we'll create something. So we planned out. We wanted to do a web series. Then lockdown happened. Right when things fell in momentum and everything was going, lockdown happened, and I thought like I didn't put a stop to it, but I still created content. I still created doing videos on Instagram, and I I did a I was watching as all of us in the lockdown. I was binge watching a lot of series. Then I came across this series called Panchayat. Panchayat. I saw this series and it was very real, very funny, very rooted story. And I remember thinking, why don't people make things like this in Telugu? Why don't people like this? Cut to 2 months later, I get a call from Vijayant Films. They said, we are doing a film. It's a rooted story. It is funny. It is real. It is called Mail. Then I felt like as if the universe was listening. I manifested it so bad that I want to do something like this in Telugu. And the lockdown happened for a reason. So initially, Mail was supposed to be with another actor, but due to lockdown, they have been searching, and they saw one of my YouTube videos. So then they casted me in Mail. Then Mail happened, and Mail happened. And when I signed Mail, I didn't know what I was walking into, because I know one thing, that I will give 100% to this film, but literally I gave my blood and sweat to this film. It was lockdown time. We were accommodated in a government boys hostel, the 30 members crammed in a single room, with bunker beds, shared bathrooms, and zero comfort. But all these things didn't matter to us, because when we heard the story, we were all like, we wanted to tell this to the audience. We wanted to tell this story to the audience. And during the process, I was lost. First day, I was like shit scared. ఇక్కడ bunker beds, ఇక్కడ మొత్తం పురుగులు ఇట్లా అసలు ఎట్లా. I thought I wouldn't survive. But 1 week down the lane, I started sleeping wherever. We were lost in the process. We were sleeping on the trees, farmlands, everywhere. And that's when I realized that this is the process. This is it. This is real. This is why I wanted to become an actor. And that's when I let go of all the Instagram fame. I stopped doing YouTube, all these things, because when you're evolving as a person, the audience also should see the new you, but not the looped version of the old you. They should not see the old you. And transitioning was very tough, because on Instagram you get like instant validation, 30 seconds something likes which you say, comments which you say, but films, it will take months to know that even if it worked. But after Mail, I got a good name. It got me a good name as an actor, and I was chasing good stories. After Mail, I thought things would change. I would get many offers, but that's when the real struggle actually started. In Rose, I was doing my things. I was doing everything, but after Mail, the real struggle started, because no one was writing stories for that age group. Everyone was either under sumo lepodamo lepote indulle busy unde, but no one was writing a teenage love story or teenage something like this. So I was waiting for my first theatrical release. Because of lockdown, things didn't. The Mail got released in OTT. I thought we would have a wider audience. I was waiting for my first theatrical debut. It was not happening. So I was waiting. I was actually waiting and doing nothing. I was doing a couple of web series just to be relevant, but I didn't find the right kind of story. I was very stubborn. I used to get offers. I would have done anything to build a buzz or to make money or something. But I want to tell only. I used to think only one thing, that ఫుడ్ ఉన్నంత వరకు, ఉండడానికి ఇల్లు ఉన్నంత వరకు, అరే మంచి సినిమాలో ఇద్దాం అంటే. what Mail did to me was, it gave me a good name as a good actor. So why waste it? Like I kept doing my thing. I kept doing my Instagram and YouTube, and I reached here. I don't want to waste this opportunity. So I waited for that one film, but it was not happening. But 2 years later, I get a call from Vijayant. They said, we are casting for Kalki. do you want to be a part of this? Then it was actually a dream come true, and that feeling working with Prabhas and it all happened because of one film, Mail, and it was I was never deviated. I didn't do anything for money. I didn't do anything for fame. I was always choosing good stories that will definitely attract the right people, I believe. So then Kalki happened, and I got a good exposure. But I know for a fact that films like Kalki won't make me a leading man in any other film. It will get me good characters, but we had one goal that I want to be as main character. So then Kalki, after Kalki, while shooting Kalki, I signed a film. So the director said you have to give 8 months. We have to go through a complete body transformation. You have to go bald for it. And I was excited. After so long, I read a script. I loved it. So I thought let's do this. Then I started training. I started eating 5 meals a day. I started working out 2 times a day, 5 days a week. Every day I was in the gym for 3 months. For 3 months I was continuously doing that. And after 3 months, I get a call from the production team. The director called me and he said, Harshit, production problems. We can't invest so much on a young hero. We have to let go of this film. Then I was like, but still I was very optimistic. I was like, okay, cinema poyindi and at least body and migilindi. Okay, okay, good physique vachindi. If not for that film, I would never have started my fitness journey. So I was very optimistic at that point. But 9 months, the 3 months when I used to get calls, సార్ ఇట్లా ఆఫర్ ఉంది అంటే లేదు నేను ఒక సినిమా చేస్తున్నా. ఐ వాజ్ డూయింగ్ దిస్ ఫిల్మ్ 8 months అసలు బాడీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ ఉంటుంది అని ఎవ్వరు నాకు మెసేజ్ చేయకండి మీరు. I was calling then immediately when I know that film got shelved, I was like, సార్ అప్పుడు రోల్ అన్న సార్ దాని గురించి. Then I called everyone. I was back to auditioning. I didn't stop there. I was back to auditioning, and I had to move out of my house because I had to audition every day. The commute was a big problem. Then I shifted and I started auditioning every day. Then it used to get heavy. I used to then my parents I was ashamed to take money from my parents. I had to do some ads and stuff, and my parents were all like, "Are you mad? Why don't you sign a film? Why don't you?" I was getting offers from production houses, but I don't see myself playing those characters. I always saw something different, something real, something that will always excite me. Nachina cinema ne iddam enduku tondara paddam. Then I was waiting, and my friends are in the US. They're doing jobs, and my parents always keep questioning, "Are do something?" But because they didn't know my plan, but I did. But I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I was just waiting. I was just doing. I was hitting the gym every day, and one day when all these things happen, the head is getting heavy. Like, okay, what now? Sometimes I used to doubt that if I took the right career or not. Then 3 things used to always motivate me. That is when I first joined Chai Biscuit, we used to have an executive producer there. Uday Anna used to say that, "Are ikkada hundreds of people audition for Chai Biscuit. నువ్వు సెలెక్ట్ అయినా అంటే మేబీ యు ఆర్ సమ్మన్ స్పెషల్." It kept me going, and while doing Instagram, I used to get messages from people saying, "You used to lift up our mood, used to brighten our mood. Your content made us smile." All these things used to motivate me, and during May, I was given the best performance by Film Companion. It was a national wide website, and all these things used to keep motivating me. Okay, maybe I'm doing something right. Then Then all these things were happening. I used to just show up every day. As an actor, you don't know what you're waking up for. You don't know the next project. Then one day I was walking in the airport, and one guy taps me on the back on my back, and he calls me, "Hey, Mail Abbayan." Mail Abbayan, it was my film 4 years back. I did. So he said, "Nan Raja DK antaru." Sir, I'm a huge fan, sir. And then he was like, me and Samantha were discussing about you. అయితే మీరు నా గురించి డిస్కషన్ అంటే అసలు ఏంటి నిజమైన. దెన్ ఐ వాజ్ లైక్, we wanted to do a film in Telugu. We saw your film Mail. మీ ఫిల్మ్ మాకు నచ్చింది. I love your performance and we want to do something in Telugu. Let's catch up in Hyderabad. And then I went to Hyderabad. I was like, okay, cinema Samantha produce చేస్తుంది, ఎట్లయినా చేద్దాము, స్టోరీ ఎట్లున్నా చేద్దాం అనుకున్నా. But this moment I heard the script, I felt like, okay, this is it. This is, అంటే ఒక you will know that there comes a point where you will know every no you said and every yes that you believed in, they all make sense. Every decision, every detour, everything will fall in place. It will lead to somewhere. And I felt like at that moment it was that. I mean, you believed in something. You believe that in good cinema. And if you believe something like that, the right things will follow you. I mean, when we shot the film, we shot the whole film, and we had a premiere recently. And at that premiere, the experience I had was the exact same feeling when I was in third class performing my first dance, and it was all worth it. It was all worth it, and I felt like, okay, this and it's my journey is it's been a series of events. I was never like, అరే TikTok ఏం చేస్తాము, YouTube ఏం చేస్తాము, అరే మనం సినిమా చేయాలి కదా. I used every platform that I could get my hands on to reach my goal. It's like, if you believe in your craft, no matter what platform you have, no matter which platform you use, nothing matters. It's just your talent. It will take you to places, and I believe in that. And how a guy from social media like became a leading man in a film. It was a rare thing, but at every point of time in journey, you had to, and I felt like everything happens for a reason. Whatever decision, whatever detours, everything will happen for a reason. And for all of you sitting here with dreams, if you and also a few doubts, or maybe a little bit of both, I just want to say that always trust your gut. అక్కడ జనాలు చాలా చెప్తారు. దే విల్ సే లైక్, ఓకే, డూ దిస్, అది చేసి ఇది ఎక్స్పోజర్ వస్తుంది, బట్ అంతే చేసి పైసలు వచ్చేస్తాయి. బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ దిస్ డ్రీమ్, యూ హ్యావ్ అ గోల్ దట్ యూ వాంట్ టు బీ దిస్. నెవర్ గెట్ deviated. Always believe in your gut feeling and manifest without any shame. It's okay. Who would have thought that I would be acting alongside Prabhas? Who would have thought that I would be Samantha's first hero? Who would I believe? And always just keep going no matter what. Just keep showing up, and things will happen.